Hey everyone, Tyson the Subaru specialist here. This is our 2020 Subaru Outback Limited XT. So the Limited is one of our fully loaded models. It's one trim level under the Premier, which is the absolute full load. The XT designation means it has the 2.4 liter turbocharged engine. As you can see, it's still definitely the Outback. If you put it side by side with the previous generation, it's still an Outback, but they made a lot of changes. One of my favorites is the proximity tailgate. So long as I have the key within about 2.5 to 3 feet of the door, all I have to do is I block the logo. Of course, it's not going to work for me now, but there we go. It's a little finicky, doesn't want to work for me. But all I have to do is step back after it beeps and it pops open. If you continue to stand there, it won't open. So we also have backup sensors in the rear bumper. You can see the little black circles. They're sensors that will actually apply the brakes if it thinks you're going to hit something in reverse. Very, very handy. The other thing they've changed in the back of the Outback is the privacy cover. So there's not a lot of room there to put something in if you've got your hands full. So all you have to do is you tap it and it reverts up top, and easier to put something in. They've also increased the storage space, a little wider, a little taller, a little deeper. So more storage space overall. And you can lock all the doors from the rear tailgate now instead of just closing it. So very, very handy. One of the other changes they've done, you've got tie down points front and rear of your roof racks, and your crossbars are still built in, which are nice. They just pop up, swing across. But yeah, easier to secure things. If you're carrying passengers, room for up to 3 people across in the back. The outer 2 seats are heated with high and low settings, and there's 2 USB ports to keep everyone connected on those longer trips. Up front, the fun stuff. Proximity key, you can lock everything, and then as long as the key's, again, within about 3 feet, put your hand in, unlocks. Up front, power windows, locks, mirrors, as you would expect. We've got 2 position memory setting for your mirrors and your power driver's seat. And of course, the only thing it won't remember is your lumbar support level, because that changes all the time. The Limited is also the first trim level where we get the thigh extender. So it's kind of like sitting in a Lazy Boy when you're driving. It's great for people with longer legs if they find their circulation's getting cut off on longer drives. It is super comfortable. Push button start. The little orange lights that appeared on the side mirrors, that's your blind spot warning. So if someone's in your blind spot or going to be, it'll illuminate, tell you that. Doesn't get rid of shoulder checking, but it works really well as an assist. Bluetooth and audio controls on the left-hand side of the steering wheel. We've got our adaptive cruise and lane centering assist on the right. So when I turn on the adaptive cruise, see an image of the Outback. Foot's off the brake, foot's on the brake, but you see the 4 bars turning into 1. Each bar is a follow distance. At 100 kilometers an hour, you're roughly 150 to 180 feet behind the vehicle ahead of you if you catch up to them. And then lane centering is on. I just turned it off and back on. That's the one where it'll actually give you gentle steering input to keep you in the middle of the lane, should the lines be visible. And they use the cameras located here and here to do that. So they're protected inside the vehicle. Windshield's cheaper to replace than, your $3,500, $4,000 cameras. We also have heated steering wheel, great in the winter. And then we have a couple little cycle controls here, cycle through some small screens up here. All important information to know while you're driving. Now, one of the major changes to the inside is you have an 11.6-inch touchscreen. Absolutely massive. Pretty much everything's controlled through it. Your GPS navigation. Now, lots of people aren't a huge fan of touchscreens. That's totally fine. You'd still have tactile controls for your temperature, and it is dual zone climate control, so driver and passenger can have separate controls. And we do have controls for volume and tuning your radio. So easy stuff to do. Your heated seats are down here. Brings up all your controls. You can do it by touch if you'd like. There's lots of options. You're not just stuck to just the touchscreen. You still have some tactile controls, which are nice. Little information screen up top. Water temp, oil temp, weather, and that's where you turn on X mode, so kind of Subaru's equivalent to 4x4 low that you'd find in a pickup. Backup camera pops up in there as well as soon as you put it in reverse. Shows you the top of your bumper, so you have something to relate to. Rear assist braking is on. That's with the backup sensors, and your parking sensors are on, so it's going to start beeping when you get close to things in reverse. Electronic park brake. Gone is the big handle. And we've got 2 USB ports and an auxiliary in there for all your charging and music listening needs. This is supposed to be phone storage. Fits most phones, so long as they don't have an obscenely large case. Automatic transmission. You do have manual mode with your paddles if you want to use those to select your gear. And then my favorite feature ever, the auto dimming mirror. So there's no switch to flick if someone's got their high beams on behind you, and your side mirrors are also auto dimming. And this has the home link system built in, so 3 buttons here. I know the camera has a hard time focusing on them, but you can hook it up to 3 separate garage doors. So you don't have to have one of those bulky openers hanging off your sun visor. And then with every vehicle, every Subaru sold other than the base models in the Outback, you have a 3-year trial to Subaru connected services. So GPS location of your vehicle, remote start from your phone, unlock your doors from your phone, find your vehicle. It's great. Tons of options. And the blue one's your concierge service. So that's a brief overview of the 2020 Subaru Outback Limited XT. I'm Tyson, the Subaru specialist. Talk to you guys soon.